Take a look at this view of Space City from space. Around 7 o'clock last night, the International Space Station passed over Texas and gave us a shout out along with the Johnson Space Center. Very cool. Coming up, former President Trump now the target of another investigation by the Justice Department as a pre-trial hearing begins in the classified documents case. Plus, an American service member detained in North Korea after entering the country illegally, what U.S. authorities are saying. And the Powerball has grown to $1 billion, and you still have a chance to win.
Houston, weather market number one, which means we get it all. Gulf Coast downpours to Arctic blasts, those storms that roll in just in time for rush hour.
Most of the heavy rain kicks in after 4 o'clock.
We are dedicated as a team to keep you in front of the fronts, ahead of the storms with where they are.
It's right here where we have the strongest storms.
Where they're going, and how they'll impact the rest of your day or your week. KHOU 11, keeping you weather smart.
For a limited time, get 20% off your entire project with 0% financing plans available at the Window Source. Keep the temperature low and your energy bills lower by contacting the Window Source of Houston, www.windowsourcehouston.com. Skip the middleman and come straight to the source, the Window Source of Houston.
Because he was... Wait, hold on. Oh, that new neighbor is hot.
That's my husband.
What?
It's the Inspire implant he got. He's not struggling with CPAP anymore.
All that rest is working wonders for him.
And for me.
Gotta go. Naughty girl.
Hi, sweetie! Here comes the choo-choo train of love.
Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Learn more and view important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
The savings keep adding up for Fred Loya customers in Texas. In recent months, people who switched from Geico, Allstate, and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance saved over $1,700 a year. State Farm customers saved over $1,300 a year. Include the savings of Fred Loya customers from multiple states, and that's a combined savings of over $1.1 million a year. Start paying less for your car insurance. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
At every age and stage of your life, UT Physicians Women's Center experts are there for you. With our compassionate and supportive team of specialists, you can expect individualized care using the latest technology and techniques. With locations across the greater Houston area, the many faces of UT Health Houston are here for the moments that matter. Better healthcare starts with you. UT Physicians. Schedule your appointment today at utphysicians.com.
When you call a specialist, you expect a higher level of service and skill. And when your AC goes out in Houston's heat, the work must be done right. For AC repair, call the Air Specialist. Excellent quality at a fair price.
For a limited time, get 20% off your entire project with 0% financing plans available at the Window Source. Keep the temperature low and your energy bills lower by contacting the Window Source of Houston, www.windowsourcehouston.com. Skip the middleman and come straight to the source, the Window Source of Houston.
Now for a look at the day's other top stories. Today is the first pre-trial hearing for former President Donald Trump's classified documents case. And now Trump says he's received a letter informing him that he's the target of another Justice Department investigation. This criminal probe looks into efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Individuals given a target letter typically get the chance to appear before a grand jury to defend themselves before charges are brought. It's unlikely Trump will choose to appear. This afternoon, an American soldier has been detained in North Korea, and we've just learned the soldier was facing military disciplinary action and had just been released from a South Korean prison where he had been held on assault charges. He was escorted to the airport to be returned to Fort Bliss here in Texas, but instead of getting on the plane, he left and joined a tour of the Korean border. And the UN is working to resolve this incident. This is the first American detained in North Korea in nearly 5 years. This evening, Houston ISD families will get another chance to speak to the new superintendent. Tonight's meeting is at the Hattie Mae White Center on 18th Street from 6 to 7:30. And then on Thursday, there will be a virtual meeting. Several others are scheduled for the rest of the summer. We do have all those details on KHOU.com. All right, you have another chance at that huge Powerball jackpot. And now the prize has grown to $1 billion. That drawing will be tomorrow. No one matched all the numbers last night, but someone in our area is $2 million richer. The ticket was purchased in spring and matched 5 numbers plus the power play. Those numbers 5, 8, 9, 17, and 41. The Powerball was 21 and the power play multiplier was 4. A viewer says he is fed up with fighting to get a water leak fixed at his home. This afternoon, we're back out in Pearland as crews come out to repair it just hours after his story aired right here on KHOU 11. And triple-digit temperatures are shattering records. How people across the nation are dealing with this extreme heat.
This is not a lawsuit. You don't have to go to court, give a deposition, or take any risk. You just have to file your claim and wait for your check to arrive. And it starts by calling 833-4-ASBESTOS to find out if you qualify. There's no fee, no obligation, no risk, and no out-of-pocket cost. We handle all the research and paperwork, and we only get paid once you start cashing your checks. Call 833-4-ASBESTOS to qualify and get your asbestos claims filed. Even spouses and children of industrial workers may qualify for asbestos compensation.
The vibe of this practice is really about making a patient feel very, very special right when they walk through the door. It's really about the feeling they get when they get here. Every person on the team is accountable for really trying their best to connect with that patient, from the front office to the assistant to the dentist, back to the front again. Everyone's very, very kind.
I have the utmost trust in Dr. Katzmar and her staff. She is very much of a perfectionist and she's very knowledgeable, and that's what you want when someone's dealing with your teeth.
At AK Dentistry, we provide a lot of services. We do fillings, crowns, root canals, extractions, implant placement, and we restore all missing teeth. Any patient who walks into our practice is able to feel confident in their health and their smile. The importance of a relationship between a dentist and their patient is built on a ton of trust.
You have to feel respected and honored. You feel like you're part of her family. I couldn't recommend this place more.
I'm shielded from the sun. When it's just a drizzle, I'm shielded from the rain. It's fantastic.
I am so excited to have this new Marygrove awning. I use it every day, day and night. It's the best thing that happened to my backyard. It truly is a game changer.
This awning gives us an opportunity to enjoy the outside even when the weather isn't cooperating. We can sit outside and enjoy the fresh air and the cool breezes of summer without having to worry about getting soaking wet.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Rooms to Go.
It's time for our red, wet, and cool summer event here at AirTech of Houston. It's hot out there, and AirTech wants to cool you down with some great savings on your new AC unit. Right now, you could save on a new energy-saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till July 2024. Plus a 10-year parts and labor warranty. Just need a repair? We got you covered too, with $50 off any repair backed by a 2-year parts and labor warranty. Call AirTech of Houston or visit us online to take advantage of these savings.
This afternoon, we're back out in Pearland, following up on a story we brought you last night. A man reached out to us saying he's been trying to get someone to fix a broken water line that's sending dirty water into his home. Orogochi Iloka joins us now as the water company sent crews to that man's home.
Right now, crews are fixing a Pearland man's water leak after he was complaining about it for months. The utility company made sure to make it their first house visit for today after we were called about the problem. Trucks rolled up just after 9 a.m. this morning. Infomark's president told us there is a water leak at the home that they are now working to fix, and that the water meter was replaced last December. He claims the first call they got about the leak was in May, but the homeowner here insists it was February when he made the call. Infomark says the leak wasn't a high priority at the time, but admits it still shouldn't have taken this long to resolve, which is why the homeowner called KHOU 11 News for help. The company blames the drought for causing more water lines to break and more calls to run. Now, crews here say that the water leak should be fully repaired sometime today. We'll be sure to check back in. Reporting in Pearland, Ugochi Iloka, KHOU 11 News.
Ugochi, thank you. Temperatures across the U.S. continue to soar this week, bringing dangerous conditions to states from Florida to California. More than 20 daily heat records were tied or broken Monday, and 65 million Americans continue to be under heat alerts today. In Phoenix, residents have endured 18 consecutive days at 110 degrees or higher, and El Paso has seen 32 straight days of triple-digit heat. Experts say when it's this hot, the best way to stay cool is to just stay indoors.
And it's nearly impossible for you to be outside, especially in an unshaded place right now, and keep up with the amount of fluids that you could drink. Ideally, you'd be in the air conditioner or getting misters on you.
And in places where the heat may not be a problem, the air quality could be an issue. Smoke from those Canadian wildfires is blowing back across the country, prompting air quality alerts from New England to Georgia. And you know, we're under our own heat advisory today with feels like temperatures above 110 in some areas. Tim, there's got to be some rain coming soon.
There is, thankfully, in our long range out into this weekend. Not exceptionally high, but it's something, and we'll take it. Now, we talked about the heat, and it's worth noting that even though it's hot, it is not record-breaking or record-challenging. Here's our forecast highs for the remainder of the week and into the weekend, coming in below the standing records all 5 days in a row. It's going to feel well above those record numbers, though, with the humidity. That's why we have that heat advisory up for the entire area through tomorrow night. And most of the state of Texas, with the exception of a few counties to the south and a few in the Panhandle, are under some sort of heat alert, so it is widespread. Temperatures this hour are in the 90s in every location out through Texas, and it feels even hotter, especially on the eastern half of the state with that humidity coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. Already feels like it's in the triple digits and will remain so all day today. It's all thanks to this sprawling ridge of high pressure that, as we play it out through the end of the week, starts to retrograde or build back to the west, and that'll allow an interesting thing to happen, and a benefit to us is it pulls back to the west. We've got a weakening front here that'll drop its way south, wash out as it does so, but it should be enough to bring increased clouds and some rain chances our way, particularly Sunday and early next week, and that's a bit of a hint of a pattern change for us. Here's a look at forecast rain totals over the next 10 days. Again, this is a long-range outlook, but it does bring something, especially for our coastal areas. These are the ones that are already in moderate drought conditions, so very beneficial rain potentially there in the later half of this week into next week. It will also help to lower temperatures a bit. Not a huge drop, but we get closer to where we should be, which is the average of 95 this time of the year. We're right about there Sunday through Tuesday of next week, and we should keep temperatures well below 100 for several days in a row. Out there this afternoon, going out to grab lunch, it's another hot one. 91 at Bush, 95 already at Jersey Village, 93 at Stafford, and we're all in the same boat. Add in the humidity, and it feels like triple digits in almost every location. A 109, it feels like out the door in Mount Bellevue, 107 at Sugarland, 102 currently out at Tomball. Highs today, I think, make it up to triple digits. We've been 99 at Bush the last 3 days in a row. Today could be that day we finally hit that triple digit mark. We've already done it 4 times, so this would be the 5th. 102 at Conroe, 101 out at Katy, 102 at Sugarland. Maybe you're going to the beach, get a little relief from the heat there. Water temperature's not all that refreshing in the upper 80s. Air temperature a little less hot, but of course you still got the humidity, so it will feel north of 100 even there as well. Out in the tropics, Gulf of Mexico is quiet. We do have Don, that is now a tropical storm, but it's spinning way out here in the open Atlantic and won't be impacting anybody. Dust keeping the deep tropics very, very quiet for the foreseeable future. And here's a look at Don's track, kind of doing a little loop off to the north and eventually towards the Canadian Maritimes potentially by this weekend. Again, not impacting us or the United States. Isolated risk, 20% this weekend, 98, so still warm, a little closer to average on Sunday, and I've upped those chances for some storms, especially on the eastern side of town, up to 30%. 7-day forecast, we've got more of the same through the rest of the work week, business as usual, and then rain chances scoot up a bit Sunday into Monday. We'll keep it right now at around 30%, but any rain will be beneficial rain. We'll get a new drought report coming out on Thursday to see where we stand, but any rain, again, would be beneficial for us here in Southeast Texas.
I don't really love business as usual, Tim, but I guess that's all we've got.
Right, yeah.
Thank you.